Dennis Rader, the BTK killer. Dennis Rader, also known as the BTK killer, is one of the most notorious serial killers in American history. The moniker BTK stands for bind, torture, kill, which describes Rader's modus operandi. Between 1974 and 1991, Rader murdered 10 people in Wichita and Park City, Kansas. His ability to elude capture for decades while living a seemingly normal life as a family man and community member makes his case particularly chilling. Background: Dennis Lynn Rader. Born March 9, 1945, in Pittsburgh, Kansas. Early life: Rader grew up in Wichita, Kansas, and displayed disturbing behavior from a young age, including animal cruelty and voyeurism. He served in the U.S. Air Force from 1966 to 1970. Personal life: after his military service, Rader married Paula Dietz in 1971, and the couple had 2 children. He worked for ADT Security Services, installing security alarms, and later became a compliance officer in Park City, Kansas. The murders. Victims and timeline: Joseph Otero, 38, Julie Otero, 34, Joseph Otero Jr. 9, and Josephine Otero, 11. Date: January 15, 1974. Details: the Otero family was murdered in their home. Rader strangled Joseph and Julie Otero, then strangled Joseph Jr. and hanged Josephine in the basement. Catherine Bright, 21. Date: April 4, 1974. Details: Rader broke into Bright's home, strangled her, and shot her brother Kevin, who survived. Shirley Vian, 24. Date: March 17, 1977. Details: Rader forced his way into Vian's home, tied up her children, and strangled her. Nancy Fox, 25. Date: December 8, 1977. Details: Rader broke into Fox's apartment, strangled her, and left a note describing the crime. Maureen Hedge, 53. Date: April 27, 1985. Details: Hedge was taken from her home, strangled, and her body was dumped in a ditch. Vicky Wegerle, 28. Date: September 16, 1986. Details: Rader posed as a telephone repairman to gain entry to Wegerle's home, then strangled her and took photographs of her body. Dolores Davis, 62. Date: January 19, 1991. Details: Rader broke into Davis's home, strangled her, and disposed of her body under a bridge. Modus operandi: Rader's killings followed a specific pattern. He stalked his victims, broke into their homes, and used bindings to restrain them before torturing and killing them. He often took souvenirs, such as personal items or photographs, to relive the murders later. Rader's ability to blend into his community, coupled with his knowledge of law enforcement techniques, allowed him to evade capture for many years. Communication with authorities. Letters and media. Rader sent taunting letters to the media and police, describing his crimes in detail and demanding attention. He used these communications to name himself BTK and to ensure his crimes were known. His letters often contained clues and coded messages. Hiatus and resurgence. After a long hiatus, Rader resurfaced in 2004 with a series of letters to local media and authorities. He seemed to enjoy the renewed attention and played a cat-and-mouse game with investigators. Capture and arrest. Key evidence: Rader's downfall began with a floppy disk he sent to the police in early 2005. Investigators traced the metadata on the disk to Christ Lutheran Church in Wichita, where Rader was president of the church council. Further investigation linked the disk to Rader's home computer. DNA evidence: a DNA sample from Rader's daughter, obtained from a medical procedure, matched semen found at the crime scenes, confirming his identity as the BTK killer. Arrest: Dennis Rader was arrested on February 25, 2005. He quickly confessed to the murders, providing detailed accounts of his crimes during interrogation. Trial and sentencing. Guilty plea: on June 27, 2005, Rader pleaded guilty to 10 counts of first-degree murder. During his court confession, he recounted each murder in chilling detail, showing no remorse. Sentencing. On August 18, 2005, Rader was sentenced to 10 consecutive life terms without the possibility of parole, the maximum penalty under Kansas law at the time. Impact and legacy. Community impact. The BTK killings left a profound impact on the Wichita community, instilling fear and mistrust for decades. The case highlighted the vulnerability of everyday life and the potential for evil to hide in plain sight. Community impact. The BTK killings left a profound impact on the Wichita community, instilling fear and mistrust for decades. The case highlighted the vulnerability of everyday life and the potential for evil to hide in plain sight. Law enforcement. The BTK case underscored the importance of forensic science and modern investigative techniques in solving cold cases. It also demonstrated the dangers of a serial killer's ability to blend into society and evade capture. Media and cultural influence. The case has been the subject of numerous books, documentaries, and television shows, reflecting ongoing public fascination with Rader's double life as a killer and a seemingly ordinary family man and community leader. Conclusion. As we explore the case of Dennis Rader on True Crime, we will delve into the detailed timeline of events, the investigation, and the broader societal implications of this chilling case. Join us as we examine the evidence, the impact on the community, and the ongoing debates about justice, law enforcement, and the psychology of one of America's most infamous serial killers. The story of Dennis Rader serves as a stark reminder of the potential for darkness within individuals and the enduring quest for justice and closure for the victims and their families.